We're going to first bring up, and Lucy Whitcomb's, this is the Tory new graduate, just so we know which one to refer to. Now, what I really want to talk about here, as we're looking at this particular document, first thing I want to note is all of the documents that I'm going to show you, aside from Ebene's, because she was very brave and has volunteered to let me look at her resume live on air, all the rest of these are, of course, real clients of ours, but have been anonymized. So Lucy Whitcomb is the name of, is a real person, but not her real name. All identifying information is, of course, been removed. But this was someone that I wanted to pull this one out simply because it really represents what makes for a much more polished document. So some key elements you will notice here. Very strong format, very eye-catching, a lot of logical flow to this. You'll see branding elements up at the top where it says candidate for financial analyst and business development roles, lets you know right away what sector this person is in. And then we have some sub-phrases right under that. Sub-branding is what we'll call that. Data synthesis and reporting, project management, innovative leadership. And then we have, for her, this made sense, we actually have some identifying marketing branding material. Like Albert Einstein, I am passionately curious. So this just gives a different flavor of who she actually is. You'll notice some nice visual elements there off to the side, the knowledge and skills profile. Really eye-catching, really distinguishes and pulls out what she's good at. To the left of that is what we call for her a profile. We will do profiles in different ways. Sometimes they are bulleted, sometimes they're in paragraph form. But you can see that it's very easy for someone visually to pull out who is this person, what distinguishes her. And of course, she was a bit younger when when we did this, so her education came towards the top. Now that she has graduated, it would, of course, fall to the bottom of the document. As you get into her experience section, you will notice this is not a laundry list of responsibilities, nor should it ever be at this point. Rather, focus on achievements. Every single thing that we're talking about in this document and all the others, achievement-based. You'll notice there is, of course, that great visual element to the right-hand side, that chart, that really is going to pull her out and make her look a bit more distinctive to someone looking through a bunch of resumes. And of course, it does show the growth that she was able to really push as part of that particular role. Another thing you'll notice with this particular document, and many of the ones I will show you, is that we're using what we call a chronofunctional hybrid. So we typically will do resumes that are, of course, in chronological order, which is really reverse chronological order, starting with the most recent or current role and moving backwards. But we will actually integrate functionality to each one so that someone reading this can easily pull out key success areas and then see the actual achievements tied to those. And so you'll see that as a theme throughout. So the format is, of course, very polished, very easy to read through this. And then we do have a very nice set of visual elements. Some of these documents are more conservative than others. This one happens to have some more great elements tied into it. But all the content is, of course, focused on achievements. So that is the Tory new graduate one. And if we have any questions so far,
we
great.
do.
I'm so happy. Let's take a question.
We will take a question, but I have to just make a comment that it is so funny how we do these visualizations. I do for clients on other things, but I never thought about it on a resume. I literally never thought about the way that you have graphics in there.
Well, and it's an interesting reason why.
Great.
If you think about it, several years ago, back when we first started doing resumes for ourselves, I graduated college in 2005. Back then, internet was very big, but it wasn't what it was today. And there wasn't as much psychology that was actually integrated into website design. Well, today there is. And that has actually bled into how we craft resumes. So if you think about it, you're so used to looking at websites, you don't look at every single word on that website. In fact, you are looking at a general overview and your eyes are directed to certain elements. Websites that are really well done, and companies that, of course, are paying for that, make sure that certain elements pop out so that you will continue staying engaged on that website. That has bled into resumes, cover letters to some extent, and LinkedIn to the extent that we can do that. LinkedIn, of course, is a major platform, but we have a lot of restrictions on LinkedIn. On resumes, though, it is important that those visual elements and certain cues stand out so that people can actually see and major information.